Let's look at the latest college football rankings. Who do I think is going to make it to the Final Four, the college football playoff? So if you start at number 10, Louisville, I don't think they're going to make it. Their one loss was to Pittsburgh, who has 2 wins. I just don't think they can overcome that. So eliminate Louisville, even though they only have the 1 loss. Then you got Missouri at number 9, 2 losses. Bye-bye. You're not going to make it. Plus, they're not going to the SEC championship, so they're done. Number 8, you got Alabama. Alabama's still got a really good chance. They have 1 loss. They need to win out. They need to beat Georgia. They do all that, they're getting in, no matter what. Number 7, Texas. Texas has a big advantage. They beat Alabama at Alabama. If it comes down to Texas and Alabama, and they both have 1 loss, how can you take Alabama over Texas? I just don't think you can. So you put Texas in over Alabama. So Texas needs to win out. They got a really good chance. Oregon. Another one. 1 loss, but if they win out, which means beating Washington and Oregon State, I think they're in. They've had a really tough schedule, which really benefits them. So I think Oregon gets in with 1 loss. Now you have it getting interesting. Washington. If they win out, beat Oregon, they're in. If they lose to Oregon and only have 1 loss, they're still done. It's over. Florida State. This is where it gets interesting. Very interesting. Let's say Florida State goes undefeated. After the LSU game, they really haven't played a bona fide good opponent. Their strength of schedule is one of the lowest of the top 10 teams. If Florida State goes undefeated, but Washington, Georgia, Ohio State, or Michigan, and somebody like a Texas gets in, I think Florida State's going to get left out. I really do, even if they go undefeated. They've got to root for a few things to happen. Michigan, beat Ohio State. Beat Ohio State, win the Big Ten, you're in. Ohio State, beat Michigan, win the Big Ten, you're in. Georgia. A lot of people are saying if Georgia beats Tennessee and gets to the SEC championship undefeated and loses to Alabama, they're still in. Not necessarily. First of all, I also think it's how the game goes. If they go play undefeated, if they're undefeated going against Alabama and Alabama spanks them, let's say 42-14, Georgia is probably not getting in because the winner of the Big Ten is in. Washington or Oregon probably get in. Texas, if they win the rest of their games, they're probably in. And then you got Alabama. Florida State's still looking in, and they're undefeated. So there's a lot of teams that are still in it. I would say there are 8 teams left with Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State, Washington, Oregon, Texas, and Alabama that still have a legitimate chance to get to the playoff. We'll see what happens. I'm Andy Lippman giving some lip to Atlanta sports. Have a great day.